up, guys? We are back, and this is the show. I'm Pete. This is Gonzalo, and welcome to Noah Knows. This is the show that takes the guesswork out of home remodeling.
That's right, guys. So stick around, because if you didn't know, now you'll know. So, Pete, what's up, man? How's it been?
It's been good. We're two novices running through the webcasting world, and I hope you guys are enjoying this at home, because it's excruciating for us, but we're making it through. But today we have our vendor episode today, and we're bringing on Appliance World, which is one of our biggest vendor partners, and we want to welcome Brendan to the show. How are you, Brendan?
I'm good. Thank you.
Brendan.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
We're happy to have you here. Let's talk about number one. We get a lot of questions all the times, when we're doing these renovations and stuff, they want to know, oh God, where do I go to get appliances? And, we always recommend you guys, because we know the value that, people will get when they go to you. Right. And they all seem to think, oh my God, is it going to be crazy expensive? Is it going to be?
Sure.
So during this episode, we want you to talk to our viewers and our clients and let them know, tell us, what can they expect from you guys, from your showroom?
Sure. Absolutely. When you first walk into the showroom, it could be a little bit intimidating. It is a very, very beautiful showroom. We have a lot to show, very high-end appliances. But when you come into us, what you can expect is customer service. That's what we pride ourselves on, is customer service and also education, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we travel around the country learning about the appliances that we're selling, right? So we get an education from each major manufacturer. So we know a little bit more than the average appliance guy, and customer service is absolutely huge for us. So come in, we want to make sure that we take care of our customers from soup to nuts. We carry everything from soup to nuts as well, A to Z. We can get you the very, very small basic package all the way up to your high-end package, including like your Sub-Zero Wolf and Thermador or Viking type package. So again, customer service is really what's key there, right? So we want to make sure that we take care of the client. As soon as they walk through the door, we want to make sure that they're greeted, that they're tended to. We get them a glass of water, a cup of coffee, something along those lines. We're going to sit you down. We're going to talk to you. We're going to figure out exactly where your head's at and what you want to achieve in the kitchen, right? And before we even get up and show you equipment, we're picking your brain, right? And we'll put a package together for you within our own heads before we even get up and show you anything, right? So that's number one. That's key. We want to know what's important to you and what's going to work best for you in your kitchen.
That's great. So, Pete, that's a little bit just like what we do. We listen to our clients, and then we tailor the perfect home for them. We tailor the perfect package. So basically,
That's why they're a great vendor partner for us, because
you tailor it. Every client is different, and you get them the right package that is right for them.
Exactly.
Right? So
now you have two showrooms.
We do.
Right?
We have a showroom in Huntington, and we also have a showroom in Oyster Bay, and we have a third coming.
Oh, wow. That's something new for us.
We have a third coming out in West Hampton. We just recently wrapped on that, so that'll be coming shortly. I would say probably once we get up to speed, next year and a half to 2 years, that location will be
great.
Yeah,
that's
very
great.
cool.
Now, in those showrooms, for our viewers at home, like if they're looking for products, what is each what the two that you have up and running now? What do they offer, and like who would want to go to which showroom? Like if you're looking for products, like.
So you can go to any showroom. We have 13 live kitchens in the Huntington showroom where you can touch and feel and test product, and you can play with product. You can actually bring in some food and cook on it if you really wanted to. We're not going to turn down a meal if you want to cook something for us.
And they got a great coffee machine in there.
We do. The Oyster Bay showroom, I would think it's about 7 live kitchens.
So it's a little smaller.
It is. It's slightly smaller, so the Huntington showroom is a little bit bigger. You get to see a little bit more. The staff is just as well trained in Oyster Bay as you're going to get in Huntington. I basically say where you're coming from and where you live is what's going to drive you to which location you're going to go to. Whatever is easiest for you to get to is where you should go.
So our deeper Nassau clients, let's say Roslyn or Lake Success out there, they could start off at that further out showroom. And if they need to see something more, they can always come to Huntington.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's a great point that you bring up, because we're a big team, right? We're not we're not a commission-driven sales floor. We all work together. So if you start over at Oyster Bay and you pop over to Huntington, we're all going to work together. We're going to communicate with each other just like we do with you guys, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to communicate with the other sales associate, bounce ideas back and forth off of each other, and we're going to know exactly where we are with that client so we can lead them in the right direction.
Yeah, which is great. One of the things that I have to add on to that is also the fact that, many of our clients, they have this idea, oh, this is what I want to use. This is the one I want. This is the blower that I want for my hood.
Sure.
No. It has to be this. It has to be this. But then once they come see you guys and you guys see the kitchen layout, you see where the hood's going to be placed. You see, you guys also educate them on, listen, even though this is the one you want, this might not be the right one for you.
Sure.
And you guys give them the reasons why, which is something that, you guys are not just looking to make a sale. It's basically, listen, we want you to take something that is going to work for you.
I think you hit the nail right on the head there, right? We're not just trying to push product. We're trying to figure out what's best for that particular client coming through the door, what suits them best, so that way they purchase the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not that gourmet cook, there's no reason why you need a huge Wolf range where you can work with the GE product or something else, right? Or
I agree with that. However, there are certain people that come in there and that's what they've been striving for their whole life. Yeah. So you can't, so they tend to go that direction anyway. But, you're right. There's a lot of people that come in, and that's one of the questions that we will ask. Do you actually cook? That might sound funny, but the amount of people that we get that say, I don't, I cook 2 to 3 times a week. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say, a lot of the kitchens that we do, in partnership with you guys, with your appliances and stuff, they always come out beautiful, all of them. But some of them when we go back for our service calls or, for our, during our warranty process and stuff, they look the same. Like, this hasn't been touched. People don't use them. And then you go to the ones that is like, oh my God, they've been cooking here a lot. Right. Yeah. We also want to talk about a little bit what service you guys provide. Can you tell our viewers and our clients what are those key services that they find with Appliance World that they just don't find somewhere else?
Sure, because after the sale's over, you guys service like we service our clients.
100%. So first and foremost, the first thing that we're going to do is once the client picks a package, we're going to put a PDF or a spec package together, right? That's going to give you all the cutouts, all the dimensions, all the plumbing locations, all of the electrical locations.
So helpful to us. Yeah.
Yes.
It's huge, right? Because the last thing you want to do is get the appliances to the house, try and put them in, and they don't fit because something was put in the wrong spot.
Yep. Or somebody ran the wrong wire for it, or the wrong gas line or water line for it because everybody was in the dark.
Yeah. Appliances are constantly changing. I mean, 1 minute the older Sub-Zeros, the outlet had to be in one place. Now they're in a completely different place now.
So with you guys, that's great. The fact that you guys put that together for us, for the client, because you're not in the dark. You're in the know, just like how you are by watching Noah Knows, right? So that's great. And Peter was touching on something about it's not just you do the sell and then what comes after that.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. So if you are to ever have an issue with your appliance, whether you're in the manufacturer's warranty or out of the manufacturer's warranty, we always want you to pick up the phone and call us directly. Do not call the 1-800 I don't care number. Do not call the manufacturer. Call us directly, right?
Or even worse, don't call one of those I fix it all appliance people.
And that's why we want you out of the manufacturer's warranty to call us as well, right? Because we're going to guide you to somebody in your area that's a certified technician for the particular product that you have and you're having an issue with to service that particular product, right? So we want to get you in the right hands in that regard as well. So that way things resolve quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. P, what else do you want to add on to that?
No, so the biggest question we get all the time is like appliance packages, like what's an entry level, like a builder's line, mid-level line, or high line, right? So, sure. If you could just like talk about a little bit with us, like what are some brand names and what are some products and what are maybe some pricing we can expect if we were going into like a standard builder's line, like a basic appliance package?
Sure. I mean, you could do a regular builder's line 4-piece package, if, you know, you're looking to do that over-the-range microwave, that 30-inch range, countertop fridge, and dishwasher, you can get away with about a $3,000 package, and Frigidaire is a good brand to focus on there.
Yeah.
I love the service there. I love the fact that they stand behind that product. If you have an issue, they're there for you if needed. So that's a brand that I tend to gravitate towards when we're talking about that builder.
Yeah, and Frigidaire, you can even go into a high-end kitchen with that, with their refrigeration. We've been seeing a lot of that.
Absolutely. They have their twins, their fridge and freezer twins that made together and give you that Sub-Zero type look and also that Sub-Zero type spacing.
Yep. Yeah, we used a lot of those.
Yeah, we use a lot of these. They look great, and you know, the functionality is also amazing.
Yep.
It's just beautiful.
So, are there any other brands out there in that build, or is it just the Frigidaire is your best?
That's the one that I gravitate and tend to go to. If not, I will go to the regular basic GE line.
Okay.
So those will be the two that I would really focus on mainly. And they offer, you know, the same things in terms of the appliances, and they'd be right around in the same ballpark in terms of the pricing as well.
Got it. Now I'm a client that wants a little bit more of the basic. Now I'm going into the mid-level. So what are we talking about mid-level?
So mid-level, believe it or not, most people, when I do suggest this, they kind of shy away and they get a little bit scared. Bosch is a great line to look at when you're talking mid-level. A lot of people think that they're in that higher end price point when in fact they're not. They're going to fall in line with like your GE profile, your GE Cafe, which is also another good line to look at, comparably speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And this is also where it comes down to talking to the client and seeing how they cook, right? Because things set up differently. You can use them differently. So say, for instance, the Bosch, the 30-inch range, you have your power burner right in the center. So if you're cooking with larger vessels, that might be the range for you.
Yeah.
Right? Where in which the power burner on the GE is on the left-hand side, right? So a larger pot might have a tendency to tip a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. So this is where it's key to talk to clients and see exactly what they're doing, how they're cooking, and how they're using these appliances.
This is great. And, you know, not for nothing, not to, you know, bashed on anybody, but you won't get that at PZ Reachers or Best Buy. Those guys don't know as much as you guys know. And, you know, for our clients, just being real information.
Yeah.
You guys know what to offer once you have the right, those questions, right? And you have the answers.
Yeah.
So that is just, you know, putting it out there. And later I'm going to give you a question on something else, but now take us to that high-end level, right?
Sure. So there's really four major players in that high end that most people are going to know. There's your Viking, there's your Sub-Zero, your Wolf. Those are going to be the two most common that everybody gravitates toward or knows. And then you're going to have Thermador, which is really making headway into the market. And then you have Miele, which is a little bit further out there. Not too many people know about it, but those are going to be the four major competitors there, right? And like I said, sitting down and talking to people is what's going to guide us to what's best for them.
But, you know, Thermador, they come to play, right? I mean, they're coming with a really good package. And
they certainly do. So, like I said, not too many people are going to know them. And it's funny that you bring that up because 9 years ago when I started there, I would have to bring somebody to Thermador and explain about Thermador, right? With the bundling and the packaging that they do offer, they really come in at a great price point, a great bang for the buck. And now I actually have people, because of the market share that they've stolen, coming in and specifically looking for Thermador, asking for it because they know about it. Really smart play on their part.
Yeah. That Thermador range, we could touch on that a little bit because people don't know about how the burners work.
Sure.
You know, that's you gave us a good lesson when we came to that vendors party.
That's right.
That appreciation party. That was great.
By the way,
good.
Thank you so much for putting that together for us, guys. The appreciation night was great. The food was amazing, guys. I mean, and the fact that we were able to go to each different kitchen and you guys showed us how stuff works. You know, everything, all the silly questions that we had and everything, that was phenomenal. Thank you so much for that.
Oh yeah, it helps us talk and navigate our clients through appliances because they ask us all the time about appliances.
Absolutely, our pleasure, guys. So what does separate Thermador from most major manufacturers is actually the shape of the burner. The shape of the burner is distinct. It's a star shape, right? So what the star shape does is it spreads the flame out really, really well and gives you more coverage on the bottom of the pot of the pan that you're cooking with. They claim, I believe it's about 52% more, right? So you're getting more even distribution of heat. They also have a raised pedestal So cleaning that burner box and the cleaning aspect of cleaning that unit is much easier than most in the market. And then you have an extra low simmer on 2 of the burners, depending on the line that you go with, where you can cycle it on and off intermittently. So you can hold something there all day long, and you won't have to continuously tend to it or stir it. It won't scorch to the bottom of the pot of the pan.
Wow, that's great, isn't it? The other thing I want to add on to that with the Thermador refrigerators is the fact that now the people that want to say, well, I don't want to see it. I want it to be part of my cabinets.
They're inset. We can
now
inset
they're
them
inset. Now the panel ready, right?
So great point. Yeah. So what they do is they do what are called columns, and then you get to pick and choose the size that you want. You take the refrigerator, you'll have the opportunity of picking 24.
Not a lot of people know about that column option, because now it's what we're seeing now is once you introduce that, they're like, oh, I don't have to get my standard 42, 48, 36. And when I tell people about that, then it's like, oh, I want to do a 30 and a wine fridge in the middle, and then a 36. So, and then you can really do it. I mean, the sky's the limit with that, right?
Which is really cool. And again, those questions, those qualifying questions, I'm always going to suggest those columns when somebody's telling me they're paneling a fridge.
Yeah.
It's just so much of a nicer look,
Yeah.
right? You don't have 2 panels coming down, one going across, and then one covering the freezer. It's just a nice streamlined look, and it really integrates well into the cabinet.
And now we could split it up, because now you don't have to have this big, huge refrigerator in the middle of the wall. We can put the refrigerator close to the kitchen table, the freezer closer to the pantry.
Yeah.
And then we could separate it out a little bit.
Not only that, but a lot of people's like, oh, I got this beautiful kitchen going in, my beautiful cabinets, and I have to stare at this, which is beautiful. It's stainless steel, but they don't want to see this huge piece of stainless steel, right?
I would agree.
So the fact that we are able to, put a panel on it, make it look like cabinet, and when your family and friends come over, where is your fridge, right? It's kind of like, oh, right there. I thought it was a pantry. No, it's not. It's my fridge.
Yeah.
So that's great.
It could really start to get industrial looking, right? When you have that big, massive, hulking stainless steel type refrigerator, then if you do cover it up, it really does. It does blend well. You're 100% correct. Yep.
And I want to ask you this question, even though I think you probably already gave us part of the answer, but
Sure.
What's the best bang for the dollar out there? Because I know people like to hear that.
So if you're going to be shooting in that high-end market, I'm going to say Thermador for sure, right? So right off of the bat, they're going to come in at the best price point, and then they're going to incentivize you the best to purchase their stuff.
They give those packages where the free dishwasher comes into play.
They do. They do. So they give you, when you purchase their cooking, you'll be able to pick a certain handful of free appliances. And then when you purchase their refrigeration, you'll be able to pick another appliance for free as well. And because we do partner with you guys, the client will qualify for a builder discount as well.
That's another great point that they get when they come to you, when we give you guys as a referral, is there is a special pricing for our clients that go to you guys, right?
100%, yeah.
And
how about that big debate we always get with our clients? Like, maybe he can just settle that, like with the dishwashers. What is the best dishwasher out there right now? Everybody thinks they have their opinion on what the best dishwasher is.
So truth be told, the best dishwasher out there is going to be Miele. The best bang for the buck
really?
is going to be Bosch.
Okay.
Right? So that's where everybody's head goes to, because you're going to hear Bosch, because they beat Miele in terms of the price point, and they're right there with them. Right?
Yeah.
But Miele, truth be told, is the best dishwasher out there.
And then they have all those features like for people with newborns with what is that with the bottles, but they can what is that again?
So they have the sanitize. Yeah, so you hit the sanitize button, and what it does is it brings the water in and heats it up to the highest possible temperature. I believe it's about 161 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll literally sanitize anything that you're putting in there. So it really works well.
Yeah. So
I gotta tell you, I love the coffee machine.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it's amazing.
We have one here in our showroom too. Once we seen it in your showroom, we had to put it in.
And it's by far the #1 selling coffee machine that we do sell out of the showroom. At this point, they've put themselves so far beyond anybody else in the industry. They do 3 different beans, 3 different hoppers, where you can do regular coffee, you can do espresso, you can do decaf. It's a self-clean machine now, so you really don't have to worry about cleaning it in the process. The cleaning is very, very minimal. You can do.
For all of those Starbucks lovers out there, you don't have to go there anymore. You could do it at your own house.
Yeah, if you're passing by the Appliance World showroom, stop in. Make yourself a cup of coffee.
Yes.
They'll welcome you with open arms. 100%.
Yeah, that's right. So, Pete, take us to what do we have next for Brendan?
Well, you know what I wanted to talk about too a little bit is I mentioned this to clients and they look at me like I have three heads. Is this Pro Steam oven and the benefits of the Pro Steam oven? No one's ever heard of it, but you guys actually brought it to us, and we had a couple clients after they see it buy it.
Yep.
And they love it. Especially that when you cook fish, the whole house doesn't smell like fish. Explain to our client, our viewers at home, what this big thing with the steam oven is.
So first and foremost, the name steam oven, it should have never been called a steam oven because it's not just a steam oven. It's also a regular oven.
Mm-hmm.
But the benefit to it is you can cook regular or you can add steam into the cooking process and it will become your primary oven because.
So it can be a regular oven too.
100%. You can cook with steam when you want, or you can cook just as you regular would in a regular oven. What we tend to find is it does become your primary oven. It's a lot more forgiving than cooking with a dry, arid heat when you're introducing that moisture into the cooking process. So again, like I said, it's a lot more forgiving. You can leave something in there that calls for 30 minutes cooking time. You could leave it in there for 45, 50 minutes and you're not going to destroy it.
Oh, that's going to help me because every time my wife says, hey, remember to tune it down at 30 minutes, I always forget. So that's great. Definitely looking into that.
Reheating is phenomenal, right? Because it's doing the exact opposite of what a microwave does. A microwave reheats by extracting moisture out. So you're actually taking the moisture, the vitamins, the minerals out of whatever it is that you're reheating. Where in which when you put the steam back in, you're rejuvenating the food. So it'll come out just like the way that you cooked it or the way that you took it home from the restaurant.
Well, so you can reheat in that, like.
Oh, yeah.
So you wouldn't even need a microwave. I mean, the microwave is good for some certain things, but for reheating food, you would use that steam oven.
Absolutely. Coffee and popcorn is the only thing you really can't do in the steam oven.
Got it.
That's the only downside. And there's a very easy workaround for that. You just get a $99 microwave and you throw it in a pantry somewhere, right? And it gets the job done.
So our clients now that want that double wall oven, they could actually break it up. They can do a steam oven and a regular oven in there, right? And then they'll probably find themselves not using the regular oven as much, right?
That's what we come to find. We come to find that when somebody does a steam oven, it becomes their primary oven. You'll maybe touch the lower oven around, holiday time when you're cooking bigger things, say your turkey around Thanksgiving time, because the steam oven does tend to be a little bit smaller. It has to in order for the steam to actually do its job and work, right, to penetrate the food correctly.
Yeah. Now, you guys explained to us. I would like you to explain it to the viewers that we have is how that steam oven actually works, how it doesn't make the fish smell come out of the house, and how it cooks the turkey. How does that actually?
So, like I said, you're taking a dense heat, right, and you're interjecting it into the cooking process. So it's actually quicker. It's a lot better for the cooking process. It's by far probably the best way that you can cook. Hospitals and restaurants have been doing it for years. It's newer to the market for the home, and it's not just cooking. You could do hard-boiled eggs. You can steam vegetables. You can steam rice. You keep touching on fish. You could do lobster and clam bacon.
Yeah,
the opportunities are endless. That's why you guys, whenever you're doing,
we're an Italian family, so when we cook for Christmas Eve, the whole house smells like fish. Yep. So with that, you kind of lock that.
Yeah, because it's contained in that oven, right? So you're not doing it on the stovetop, so it's not going all throughout the entire house. It's actually in that oven. And you talked about sanitizing in the dishwasher. You could also sanitize in there.
Oh, really?
It's great. That's great.
You can sanitize.
That's why you guys have to stop by the showroom and see all these endless opportunities that we have of different appliances, different types of cooking, which it takes me to another debate we get all the time. Everybody, I have gas, but I want that induction cooktop or I want that induction range. And with induction, then they say, well, it's a glass top. I don't want to be scratching it. I don't want to break it. What do you have to offer, Brendan, for our viewers and clients?
So the cooking process is much different than your regular radiant electric compared to induction. However, the glass is exactly the same. It doesn't change from electric to induction, so you can scratch it. However, because the surface doesn't get that hot like your electric does, you literally can take a silicone pad, lay it down, and cook through that silicone pad to protect the surface so you're not scratching it.
So you can cook in that cast iron pan you want and not worry about scratching the surface.
You can saute in a cast iron pan. You're not going to scratch the surface because that
So I don't have to worry about melting it, right? Because we're going to get that question. Is it going to melt? Am I going to be scraping it?
Nope. It never gets hot. The surface never gets hot enough. You literally, when you're done with the cooking process, you can put your hand on the surface. I wouldn't recommend it, right? It's going to be hot. There's going to be residual heat left behind.
Yeah.
But you have enough time where you're warned it's hot and you get your hand away and you're not going to the hospital. So it never gets hot enough where it's going to cook that silicone pad into the surface.
That's great. For those,
We've been seeing a lot of push into the induction.
yes, people that have gas and they decided to go with induction, and many reasons, but one of them, the most, is that those safety features, right? Where they don't worry about their kids touching something that is hot and burning themselves. Yeah. So that's a great.
Or you have a lot of homes too that you can't get natural gas and they don't want propane because they just don't want propane. So that's the next best option is the induction.
I mean, listen, it's quicker, it's faster, it's safer, it's more efficient than gas. So.
And now you don't have to worry about scratching it because you can put the silicone pads on.
That's right. That's great.
Which is a major pushback that we do hear from a lot of clients, or a concern, I should say, not pushback.
Right.
Yep.
But now that they know that this silicone pad is an option, then that's probably gonna solve that debate right there. Brendan, tell us what's trending out there in your world, in appliance world. What is trending?
So we kind of touched on one. One would be the steam oven. We see a lot of steam ovens now going into kitchens when it is explained to the client. Coffee makers are a big thing. Big thing.
Yeah.
And then a lot of accessory refrigeration, right? So beverage centers in like your island or something along those lines where you have the drinks just set aside, right? So a lot of people want that away from the normal refrigerator, so when they are cooking, people aren't getting under their feet. It also opens up an additional space in your refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the coffee machine, everyone's trying to get away from plastics. So that coffee machine, you put the real beans into the machine, it grinds them, and then makes your coffee. So you get away from that
all the K-cups that you have to be disposing and all the plastic residues and all of that.
We love it here. I mean, we use it all of it.
We really shouldn't be calling it a coffee machine. It's really a cappuccino machine because
what it is.
It makes cappuccino, it makes coffee, it makes any type of coffee that you can imagine it's going to make for you.
You know, it was funny. When we went to the appreciation dinner, they were making us cappuccino, and then you brought up, how come we can't do that at home? And
they were hiding the milk from you.
You could. I remember you guys saying that. You had the container up in the cabinetry. Yep.
So yeah, we brought it down. Now we're making cappuccino here.
Makes coffee, cappuccino. You know what he makes me? He makes me be able to talk to the clients when I need something to calm me down. I'll be able to be sharp. So I'll go have my coffee ready, and
I like it because everybody's working a little more faster, right? So we're
picking up the production a lot more.
We're picking up production here.
Also calms the clients down when you offer them a cup of coffee.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He definitely does. And then
to what do you think is the newest product that we can look forward to for maybe the end of 25 into 26? What are they cooking up out there?
So we recently had a couple of guys go down to Vegas for what's called the K-Biz show. It's basically a big show that is like new things that are coming to market. And one of the things that they did touch on is a company that's coming out with basically a walk-in refrigerator for the home.
Oh, wow. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. Don't know too much about it as of yet. It's still relatively new, but it's on the horizon, and it seems like it's going to be a pretty cool thing.
Well, that's great. So now not only you're going to get your
hidden
pantry that you walk into and all your foods and snacks and everything is there, now you could walk into your very own refrigerator room. No?
Correct.
So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some of the larger builds we do, they'll probably be looking into that. We actually did one a couple of years ago. We
did.
Yeah, we built it out of thermal glass, and then they put a refrigeration unit in there just for vegetables. But yeah, I was the first time actually seen that. I thought it was pretty cool.
So that's cool. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And it's great. Brendan, I want to thank you for all the vital information you brought up to us today and to our viewers. It's great. Once again, thank you for that appreciation night that you guys have for us. You'll be doing it very soon again. Soon, right?
Yep.
Please.
Oh, and then you have, you guys do a lot of events.
That's right.
So there's a couple events. Let's tell the viewers at home what do you got coming up, because you got I forget what you said. You got some special event coming up.
So we do. Right around Memorial Day, we have what's called our private sale, and it is the biggest sale period time that we have. It's a 2-day event. We're open for 12 hours, 2 days back to back, and it's the best time to buy appliances through Appliance World. So we do team up with the manufacturers, where in which they do give us special rates that we can pass along on to our clients. So it's coming up end of May. Right around Memorial Day. Yep.
Right. Already,
which is great because, you know, not for nothing, how many, I have heard a couple of times some of our clients, oh, you know what, I want to take advantage of the PC Reachers event or the Best Buy event, or they got the sale going on. So it's good for our viewers to know that you guys also have those events with those sales.
Yep.
And something that you told us when we were there that night is you guys are not afraid of price matching, or, you know, show me what they're giving you, and this is what we could do for you, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
We have the power of the internet at your fingertips. We have to be spot on with pricing. So we have 100% price protection guarantee across the board. Just bring it to us, show it to us, let us take a look at it. If everything lines up, we're comparing apples to apples, we're more than happy to match the price.
What better than that, right?
That's your guys are a great partner to have. You come to the table with a lot to offer. The showrooms are great. We wanted to. Where can our clients find you guys online, and do you guys have an Instagram as well and stuff like that?
I don't believe we have an Instagram as of yet, but we do have a website. It is applianceworld.com.
Okay.
Really simple, really easy. You can go on there and browse all the selections that we do offer. So yeah, but I really think the best thing to do is, I know a lot of people like to go poke around on the internet first. The best thing is to really stop in. Really
Stop
come
in, yeah,
and get the experience.
It's definitely an experience.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on that. It's a real experience. It's not just, you know, you walk in and you see all these appliances. No, it is a real experience.
Yeah.
And they're not just indoor appliances either. You got all the barbecues, pizza ovens, all that stuff you have set up outside too.
We do. So that's a great point. About a year and a half ago, we just completed a huge section outside, which is basically an entertainment area with a bunch of barbecues that work. We have a Sunbright TV out there. So really cool for entertainment in terms of entertaining our partners, and also, again, showing off equipment and how it works to our customers.
That's great.
That's great. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, Pete, I guess.
Well, yeah. So we want to thank you for coming on the show, Brendan. And as our token of our appreciation, we're giving these mugs out to our guests.
Very
so
cool.
That's for you. Thank you very much.
Right. When you enjoy that coffee in the morning.
I was going to say,
you know,
it's going to be the first coffee is the one at work.
We want you to take that into Appliance World so everyone gets to know, Noah knows. But no, thank you so much for coming on the show.
My pleasure.
Guys, that's our show. If you like what you've seen, like what you heard, please like and share our show. It means a lot to us.
That's right, guys, because if you didn't know, now you know.
Give it my all.